look just like it. Hello, friends. Back once again for Managerial Finance Chapter Cinco de Mayo. Not yet. Not time for Cinco de Mayo, but it is time for Chapter 5, homework number 3, compounding and present value problems. Question number 1. By the way, happy Lord's Day to you. It's a Sunday here. I have not been playing golf, but since I couldn't play golf or can't play golf because it's been raining for 40 days and 40 nights, I thought I would dress like I've been playing golf. All right. How do you know that a question is a present value problem? Well, the question will provide the ending dollar amount, but will ask you to solve what the beginning dollar amount should be. That makes it a present value problem. What are you solving for? The beginning amount, which is the present value. All right, question number 2. What does a finance person mean when he or she says they are discounting a number? Discounting. It means they are finding the present value of that number. List the math formula used to solve present value of a lump sum problem. So, future value equals present value times 1 plus I to the n. So, shifting present value over here to solve for present value, you get present value equals future value divided by 1 plus I to the n. There you have it. All right. Use the math formula to solve this problem. You expect to receive $5,000 in 5 years. That is the ending amount. If you can earn 7% annually on your investments, what should you pay today for this deal? So, present value is equal to future value, which is $5,000, divided by 1.07 raised to the 5th, 5 years. So, 5,000 divided by, open paren, 1.07, yx 5, close paren, equals 3564.93. Okay? If you pay $3564.93 today, and it earns 7% a year for 5 years, that will become $5,000. Okay? All right. Now use the financial keys to solve this problem. So, 5,000 is your future value. It is a positive number because it comes back into your pocket. 5 is your N. 7 is your IY. Compute present value, and you will get a negative 3564.93. Negative. It's an outflow. All right. Number 6. Let's go ahead and clear this board. Yeah, that's not too bad. Clear. It's wiping pretty cleanly now. Not too bad. All right. Number 6. You inherit a stock that is worth $20,000 today. Your parents bought the stock 20 years ago. If it grew 10% per year, how much did they invest in it 20 years ago? So, it's $20,000 today. Today happens to be the end of the period. End of the period. This is the beginning of the period, and that was 20 years ago. Okay? So, 20 years at 10% a year. So, we can take $20,000 divided by 1.1 raised to the 20th. And we get 2972.87. So, this is how much money was put into the account 20 years ago. It grew 10% a year for 20 years and became $20,000. To check this, you could multiply 2972.87 by 1.1 raised to the 20th to get a future value. It would be $20,000. Okay? Alternatively, using the financial keys, 20,000 is your future value. 10 is your IY. 20 is your N. Compute present value. And you'll get a minus 2972.87. And once again, it doesn't matter to me whether you use the formula or the financial keys, as long as you use one or the other and get the correct answer. All right. Isn't this fun? I'd rather do this than play golf any day. Here's a relationship question. What happens to the present value of a future amount? So you know what the future amount is going to be. The question is, what happens to the present value if the time period during which you will receive the amount is pushed farther into the future? Okay? So you were going to receive $1 million in 10 years. Now you're going to receive $1 million in 15 years. What happens to the present value? What should you pay to receive that $1 million? Okay? And the answer is the present value will be smaller. You should pay, the farther out in time, all things being equal, the less you should pay today. And the present value can be smaller because there is now more time for the principal to earn interest. You don't have to put as much in today for it to turn into that $1 million in 15 years. You'd have to put more in today for that amount to turn into $1 million in 10 years. Okay? So the present value gets smaller as your future value is pushed farther into the future. All right. What is the present value of $100 to be received in 3 years if your discount rate is 6%? So 100 divided by 1.06 raised to the third. 100 divided by, open paren, 1.06, yx3, close paren, equals $83.96. What is the present value of $100 to be received in 8 years if your discount rate is 6%? Okay? So the only thing that changes is this number here. So it's 100 divided by 1.06 raised to the 8th. And that number goes to $62.74. This number increases and this number decreases. Okay? That's mathematical proof. Remember those proofs from geometry? Didn't you love them? What happens to the present value of an amount to be received in the future if your discount rate or your rate of return goes up? And the answer is the present value goes down. The reason is that since you can earn a higher rate of return on your principal, you don't have to deposit as much at the beginning to reach your targeted amount. Let's look at a proof. What is the present value of $100 to be received in 5 years if your discount rate is 5%. 100 divided by 1.05 raised to the fifth. So 100 divided by, open paren, 1.05, yx5, close paren, equals $78.35. Now, what is the present value of $100 for receiving 5 years if your discount rate is 9%? So what's going to change is this number. Not this number, but this number. So we have 100 divided by 1.09 raised to the fifth, and you get $64.99. This number goes up, and this number goes down. You don't have to put as much in because you can earn a higher rate of return. All right, list the four components of the present value equation. Present value, future value, IY, and N. There you have it. So in these problems, you will be given 3 of these items, and you're going to have to solve for the fourth. Maybe it's these 3 and you solve for this. Maybe it's this and this and this and you solve for that. Any combination of the 2. All right. That is homework 3. And we'll take a brief respite here. Dr. E's going to take a nap. And I'll be back in 30 seconds to go over homework 4. Peace out, shalom. Dr. E loves you.